police will be here soon. We need to go over what to tell them.
Maybe we should tell them we're dropping it.
Remember how you felt yesterday? When you heard? Scott Windsor is going to jail for a long time.
But I still can't remember anything that happened that night.
You know you'd have never have let him near you willingly. That's enough.
Chris, the only thing that matters is getting Jean back home.
Jean is coming home.
You heard what Rachel said.
It doesn't matter what Rachel said. She's a solicitor. Jean is not going into care, Zoe. I won't allow it.
And how can you be so sure about any of it? If I can't remember...
You cannot let him get away with what he's done to you.
Chris, I've got my meeting with a social worker later, and somehow I have to convince her that I'm a fit mother when I'm not even sure of it myself. I don't need any more pressure.
Zoe, I'm trying to help. You're the victim in all this. You'll get Jean back, and we'll see Scott Windsor behind bars.
Not going into work today?
I can't face you.
Got nothing to be ashamed of.
Chloe doesn't see it that way, though.
Yeah, well, I've never thought she was good enough for you. Wait until the dust settles and you'll realise you're well rid. Got to forget about her. Pull yourself together.
How? Anyway, it's not just Chloe, is it? The whole village will be against me.
Well, it's Zoe who started it. Everyone knows she's not right in the head. They can't blame you.
Yeah, but she's a Tate, Mum. They own half of Emmerdale. And Chris Tate is not going to be happy until he's had his pound of flesh.
If you could tell us anything you remember from the night in question.
I'm sorry. It's a complete blank.
My sister's already explained she was ill at the time. He took advantage of that.
Would it be easier to talk if there were just the two of us?
No, it really wouldn't make any difference.
Why do you keep badgering her? It's Scott you should be after. Why haven't you arrested him?
Because we need evidence. We need to take a formal statement from you to pass on to CID so they can decide what action should be taken.
He's already admitted that we had intercourse that night. There's no way I would have consented because I've never made any secret of the fact that I'm a lesbian.
So you've spoken to Mr. Windsor about it?
Yes, I needed some answers. He claims that I initiated it, but I don't believe that.
Zoe, do you realise that if you can't remember anything, it'll just be your word against his?
Why can't I stay with Kane?
Oh, Debbie, because this is your home.
Yeah, well, Chris don't want me here.
Yeah, well, sometimes it might feel like that. He's hardly talking to me at the minute. He's under a lot of pressure, we all are.
Which just makes things worse, so it'll be a good time for me to be out the way. Kane said I'll be all right.
Yeah, well, it's not up to Kane to decide. I am your mother, and I've said no.
Well, I'm going anyway.
Well, you can't.
You can't stop me. I've run away before and I'll do it again.
Don't you dare try and blackmail me.
I'm not. I'm telling you how it'll be if you try and keep me here.
Look, you can't spend your whole life running away. Look, I'll speak to Kane again. We'll sort something out. You're not really helping your sister's case. If we could just stick to the facts.
All right, fact. Scott was involved in theft from the family post office. He lied to his own mother to save his skin, just like he's lying to you now. He had to leave the village, join the army, but he couldn't stay out of trouble there either.
Do we really have to drag all this up now, Chris?
They're saying it's his word against yours. I think they should know what sort of a man they're dealing with.
As long as it's relevant to the case.
An incident with an officer's wife led to his dishonourable discharge from the army. I'd say that's pretty relevant to the case.
Maybe.
He was involved in an unnatural relationship.
You wanted a
with
formal statement. I'm ready to make one now.
I'll never forgive him.
Just a one-night stand.
He's lied to me about everything. All the time I was looking after Jean, he knew she was his. That's why I started talking about us having children. I'm such an idiot.
Hey, I don't think he meant it to be like that. He just got himself in a situation, couldn't see a way out.
I don't know why you're defending him. You knew he was the father, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me?
I promised I wouldn't.
I can't trust anyone.
Hey, if we're talking about trust, we don't come out of this too good either.
Why not? Her and Scott didn't care about my feelings. Why should I help her?
Because they're gonna take a baby away. Come on, Chloe, we can't let that happen.
It won't. The Tates could always buy themselves out of any trouble, so forget about Zoe. What about me?
I hope they lock him up for 10 years. He deserves that for what he did to you.
Oh, can we forget about Scott Windsor and concentrate on Jean?
We know you'd never have consented. That's enough.
But if I can't remember that, what else am I shutting out? Maybe I did hurt her.
We've been over this. You'd never do that.
Well, she must have got injured somehow. Maybe on holiday.
Not by you.
But I don't know that. Do you understand how this feels? How it feels not knowing if you've hurt the most precious thing in your life?
Look, that'll be Joy. Whatever you feel, you can't start talking like this in front of her, or there could be some very serious implications.
For who? For Jean? For me? For you?
For any of us. Lie if you have to. You don't want them to take your baby away, do you?
No.
Then we both have to do whatever it takes to get through this mess.
But supposing I did hurt her.
You didn't, and you're not to mention it again. Jean is part of this family, and that's where she's going to stay.
Someone's here to see you.
Joy, do sit down.
There we are, full service. It's running as sweet as enough.
Thanks.
Does that mean we can get back to mine now?
Well, that's going to take a bit of time. I mean, the gearbox is shot, the steering's gone, and there's enough rust there to sink the Titanic.
Looks a right heap.
I really love that car.
Yeah, and I know why. You reckon you'll be a babe magnet with your own set of wheels?
DS Barnborough, hot and CID.
I'm Detective Inspector Kiesel. Scott Windsor around?
No, he's not coming in this morning.
So he'll be at home then? Pear Tree Cottage.
No, he's moved back in with his mum at the post office. Had a bit of a row with his girlfriend.
Know what the row's about?
It's their business, not mine.
Probably caught him chasing lap dancers again.
What do you want to talk to him about?
Believe he can help us with our inquiries.
Sounds like Scott's in big trouble.
Hope we can keep this short. My sister's had a very stressful morning. The police are investigating a man called Scott Windsor for an attack on her.
I see.
So perhaps we can deal with any formalities and make arrangements for Jean to come home.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. As no one's been able to establish a cause for either of Jean's injuries, we have to set up a child protection meeting.
Child protection. You think Jean's in danger? You do think I hurt her?
That's not what Joy's saying. Perhaps it'd help if you ran through the procedure. Who'll be at the meeting?
Oh, Chris, we know all this.
The doctor, social services, a police representative.
Oh, the police.
I would have thought the police had better things to do, like dealing with criminals.
We need to assess the situation before Jean leaves the hospital. Her future safety has to be our priority.
And mine. I would like this sorted out as soon as possible.
We all do, Zoe. I'll be in touch when we've arranged a date for the meeting. Try not to worry.
Sure, it's just the usual bureaucratic red tape. A formality.
No, it's more than that. You'll be deciding Jean's future. They need to know whether it's safe for her to come home. So do I.
It's all getting me down. This family, you know, being stuck in the middle of it all. That's why I can't wait for Robert to pass his test and then we can just go out and go wherever we want.
I'll pass my test before he does. Though I suppose my driving doesn't have the same attraction.
You better believe it.
So, what's the problem with the family?
Detective Inspector Kiesel, hot and CID. We're looking for Scott Windsor.
I think he's upstairs. Mrs. Hawke, I'm his sister. Can I help?
Not really. We just need to ask your brother a few questions.
The police want to talk to Scott.
He had a very difficult day yesterday. He's still asleep.
Then perhaps you can wake him up.
If it's about the Tate's stupid allegations, I can tell you it's all lies.
It's all right, Mum. I'll deal with this.
Scott Windsor?
Yeah.
We need to talk to you in connection with allegations made by Zoe Tate.
Oh, I know what she said. And I know it's all lies.
That's why we're here, Mr. Windsor. To establish your version of events.
I'm not a rapist. But if you want my statement, you can come upstairs. It's all right, Mum. Deal with this on my own.
Come on, Mrs. Hawke. We'll look after things down here. Can I get you something?
Just to take out coffee, please. Got things to do, people to talk to.
I'll bet.
Look, I know my brother couldn't have done anything like this, so please don't go spreading rumours.
Me? Gossip? It's not my style.
Hey, I thought you might be needing one of these.
Thanks.
So how did it go with Joy?
I'm terrified they're going to take her away from me.
Oh, Zoe, that is not going to happen.
But maybe it should. I don't know if she's safe with me.
It is where she belongs.
But it might have been me.
Look, I don't know how she got those injuries, Zoe, but I know one thing for certain, that it couldn't have been your fault.
You know that for a fact, do you?
Just call it a mother's instinct.
Well, I know who's put you up to this. It's Chris Tate, and he's always hated me.
We're not interested in family feuds, sir. We just want to establish what happened on the night in question.
Well, she'd had a little bit too much to drink.
Are you saying she was drunk?
Maybe. She seemed to know exactly what she was doing. I was quite surprised when she started coming on to me.
That does seem odd, considering that all her recent relationships have been with women.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought at first. But she hasn't always been a lesbian, you know. When I first came to the village, she was going out with this bloke called Archie. And she made it very clear to me that she wanted me that night.
So you admit that intercourse took place?
Yeah, I've told you. She was the one that made all the moves.
Then why did it take you so long to admit it?
Because when I found out about Zoe's illness, I realised that that's probably why she was behaving like that. I didn't know at the time, but I could see that it looked bad. I felt bad. If I'd known that she was ill, I would never have...
Wouldn't have what?
Well, I wouldn't have slept with her.
I think it's time to make that formal statement, don't you?
Yeah.
There's a possibility that you may be the father of Zoe's baby. Will you be willing to take a DNA test?
Yeah, of course. I just want to get it all cleared up. Look, I understand you're upset about Scott and all that, and I'll do everything I can to get you through all this. But Zoe needs our help too. We've got to tell her the truth.
We can't. We've been over all this before.
Imagine the state she must be in, not being able to trust her own mind. And now she thinks they're going to take a baby away. We're the only ones that can help her.
Why should I care? She didn't tell me the truth when it mattered.
What do you mean?
I'd never have taken that job if I'd known Jean was Scott's baby.
Oh, Zoe didn't know either.
Yeah, well, I don't believe that.
Really?
And if we admit anything, I'm the one who'll get accused.
But it was an accident.
Do you honestly think they'll believe that? After all this time? I could get prosecuted!
I'll stand up for you!
If we don't say anything, you won't have to.
I'm sorry. I can't do that to her. I'm going up to Home Farm. Look, she's got a right to know. And if you won't tell her, I will.
I don't want to see anybody.
It's Zoe.
It's all such a mess, and I know you must be angry about me and Scott.
That's putting it mildly.
But you've got to believe me, Chloe. I didn't know what I was doing. I was ill. That whole period of my life, it was a nightmare. And I thought I was through it. I thought Jean and I had a wonderful future.
And you still can.
Not unless I can find out how Jean got hurt. You're going to take her away from me.
Well, I don't see how I can help you. We've been over all this before.
I know, I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Wait. I know how it happened. But I want you to understand, it was just an accident. No one meant her to get hurt.
You were there when it happened?
We both were.
I've just come from the hospital. I thought you'd want to know Jean should be out of intensive care in a day or so.
That's great news.
And how's Zoe coping with all this?
Oh, I'm worried it's all getting too much.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Wish there was. It's so unfair. I mean, she's been the victim in all this. It's like she's being punished for being ill. They're even talking about taking Jean away.
Well, I suppose it must be difficult with a mum being like she is.
She's a good mother. Scott's the one who's caused all this trouble. You've got a nerve. Coming in here after what you've done.
I've done nothing wrong. I was released without charge. So I can drink what I like. I'll have a pint, please, Bob. The police decided there was no case to answer. So that, my friend, is the end of it.
Yeah? We'll see about that.
You lied to me! How could you?
She was just a bit grisly. We didn't think it was a big deal.
A big deal? You knew they were going to take her away from me, and yet you did nothing to stop it!
Why should I? Hey? You slept with my boyfriend and then expected me to look after your kid?
OK, we should have said something earlier, but it can all be put right now.
How many times did I beg you to help me?
What are you doing?
I'm phoning the social services. And you can tell them what you've just told me.
But they'll prosecute me.
Do it. Do it!
Slow minute.
No, I thought we ought to talk about Debbie a bit more.
Well, that's a bit of a U-turn. You seemed to be saying the subject was closed last time we spoke.
Well, I've been thinking about it recently, and yes, I think I've been too hasty.
Do I detect the hint of an apology?
Look, Kane, I only want what's best for Debbie. I thought we both did.
I'm busy right now.
Look, stop messing me about. Do you still want her here or not?
Chloe.
Nothing to say to you.
I know you're angry at me, and you have every right to be, but we can't just throw everything away.
You did that when you slept with Zoe.
I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. I'm paying for that. Chris has sent the police on me, accusing me of rape.
Hey, it's ridiculous. She said it was nothing like that.
I know, I've told them, but it doesn't stop the Tates trying to stir up trouble for me, does it?
Yeah, well, they could be doing the same to me, so I don't have time to sympathise.
What's happened now?
Oh, look, there's loads of...
Sid, will you just shut up? It's between me and Chloe.
That's just where you're wrong. You're not the only one who could have affairs. Guess you've been too busy to notice me and Sid. You see? There's nothing to sort out. We were never much of a couple anyway. You can beat each other to death for all I care.
What, have you not got it in you? Hey,
You've already had the police on you. Going in the street's gonna make it worse.
How could you do this to me? I thought we were mates.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, the lady of the manor thinks it might help our daughter if she spends a few weeks with us common folk? Or is it just that it's such hell up at the big house you've got to get her out?
Well, whatever it is, Kane, it'll give you a chance to get to know your daughter a bit better. And if you were half the man, you'd want that.
Of course I do. It's half a man you're sending away from.
Oh, just leave Chris out of this, will you?
If you did that, we'd all be better off.
And I thought we were actually supposed to be talking about Debbie.
Fine. She can stay as long as she wants.
It's just for the school holidays, though. It's a temporary arrangement.
Unless you change your mind again.
I trusted him as well. And there they are in the house that I rent, laughing at me.
Well, we can do something about that. We'll go down there and throw them out.
Maybe that's not such a good idea.
We can't just let them get away with it.
Look, I know that the police have released you, but it's not going to stop people gossiping.
Yeah, especially not with the Tates stirring it up.
But it will die down in time. Look at Terry and the stalking. Not right now. I think you're best here with your family around you. Show of support. Prove to them that we believe in you.
Maybe Bob's right. Maybe we should just leave them in their little love nest. It might be the best way to get back at them. They're both as bad as one another. It's just a question of who dumps who first.
All right. He's gone back to his mum's.
I'm sure he'll get all the sympathy he needs there.
Maybe work out for the best.
Best for who exactly? Certainly not me. You've dropped me right in it.
We had no choice. We couldn't let Zoe take all the blame. Look, I'll explain it was an accident. They'll understand.
And if they don't? I could get stuck on the child protection register for this. Never get another job. That's what you've done to me.
just trying to do the right thing. I didn't want to hurt you. Look, I'll sort it out. You'll see. Everything's going to be all right.
Everything's ruined.
But we can make it better. And now you've told Scott, we can be together properly. We can move away if it's easier.
What are you talking about?
You and me.
There is no you and me. All there ever was a bit of fun that turned sour. And now after what you've done, I don't want you anywhere near me.
It wasn't me. I'm not ill.
I know. I never said you were. But they've released Scott without charge.
I don't want to know about Scott Windsor. Chris, I didn't do it. Sid and Chloe were with Jean when she got hurt.
What? And she's lied to you all this time?
Sid claims it was an accident.
Even if it was an accident, she's guilty of neglect. And she tried to blame you.
Chris, I'm not interested. I've got my life back.
I will not let anyone get away with hurting our family.
Oh, why do you see everything as some personal vendetta? Some crime against the Tate family name?
Because that's how it is. The politics of envy. Everyone wants to try and bring us down.
Oh, you sound just like Dad.
Yeah? Well, this time, I'm not ashamed of that. I look after my own, same as he did. But I will make you a promise. Scott, Chloe, they're going to wish they'd never been born by the time I finish with them.
I don't care what you do. I am going to the hospital to be with my daughter.